Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a scary scene for students aboard a school bus that was involved in a crash in Belgrade.
Plus, nonprofits from around the state travel to Augusta to talk about their important work.
And construction is now underway on a tiny home park that will bring badly needed housing to the city of Bangor.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll have all the day's news coming up, but first we're going to start with a check of that forecast. I don't know if you want to hear it or not, but it looks like, yes, more rain on the way today.
Yeah,
and
that's
tomorrow,
all we can, that's
and
all
Friday.
We can say, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Devin Biggs will be repetitive with it.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage? A place to live. Camp on your lot. Buildings for your pets. Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Air quality is an issue out there for some areas this morning. Not in our neck of the woods. We're looking pretty good. All the observations are in the green, and they will stay there today for us. But further down to the south and west, different story. Many areas seeing some code orange air quality, some red air quality, and yes, even purple air quality, so very unhealthy air being reported in a few spots this morning, courtesy of all that wildfire smoke moving in from Quebec, Canada. But for us, so we're continuing to look good, at least at this point. But we do have rain that's moving through right now. That's helping us out a bit as well, giving us some precipitation. The way this area low pressure is setting up shop, it's causing that smoke to kind of rotate around the area low pressure here. So that's why we're not seeing much smoke in our neck of the woods. But the issue is we're just going to be dealing with this rain for a while, though, at least in the weekend before it finally starts to taper off overall. So futurecast for today, we do have rain that's going to be moving through today. It backs off a little bit later on tonight. We're looking pretty good, especially as we get towards tomorrow morning with not too much rain, but still a few more showers that we'll need to keep an eye on. But the wind will be calm. That'll be the good news, at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So the wind will be relaxing and really calming down later on tonight. And look at this, very relaxed as we head towards tomorrow. So our hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, plenty of rain moving through again. Temperatures in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A school bus carrying children was struck from behind in Belgrade. Authorities reportedly responded to a report of a 3-vehicle crash involving a school bus around 3 p.m. on Tuesday. An RSU 18 school bus had its stoplights activated when it stopped on Route 8 to let children off. That's when it was struck from behind. A Ford Fusion, operated by 45-year-old Kristen Carlson, was stopped legally behind the bus when her vehicle was struck by a Dodge Grand Caravan driven by 24-year-old Michael Greer Jr. The momentum of the crash pushed the Fusion into the rear of the bus, causing it to be wedged beneath it. There were 6 children and 1 operator inside the bus who were all assessed by rescue personnel and medically cleared. The occupants in the other vehicle were not injured. There's no word on whether any charges are going to be filed.
Well, the smell of kerosene filled the air in parts of Bangor following a spill Tuesday afternoon. Bangor Assistant Fire Chief Casey Perry says someone was transporting kerosene in a 275-gallon tank mounted to a truck. He says that tank was actively leaking as it was being transported around the town.
It had been leaking during transport, and they got up here and realized they had a spill, so they called us. We just secured some of the storm drains and called DEP, and they're taking care of the situation.
The oil spilled along parts of Hammond Street, Main Ave, and Cleveland streets.
A man accused of stabbing a man to death at the Freiburg Fair is expected to plead guilty to manslaughter. It was in October of 2021 when police say Carlos Negron got into a fight with a 28-year-old Anderson Gnomes. Both Connecticut men had been working at the fair when witnesses say Negron became drunk and got angry that he didn't get a ride back to his home state. Police say Negron stabbed Gomes to death and left his body to be found in a bathroom. He's expected to plead guilty to manslaughter on Friday.
Central Maine power customers will be paying more for their electricity. The Maine Public Utilities Commission approved a settlement Tuesday in CMP's rate hike request. Under the settlement, the new rates will be implemented in 4 phases over a 2-year period to help mitigate the impact on customers. Customers will see a bill increase of about 1%, or approximately $1.25 a month. That first increase will happen on July 1st. Other increases will follow and will eventually equate to about $5 more each month for the average customers.
The Maine Association of Nonprofits held its Nonprofit Day at the State House in person for the first time since 2019. Our Matthew Dronsick has the story.
More than 100 nonprofit representatives from across the state gathered at the State House Tuesday morning to talk about the importance of the nonprofit sector with legislators.
A lot of people think that nonprofits can't do any advocacy, but that's not the case, and nonprofits can and should participate in our government and our legislative process.
Organizations with a wide variety of focuses, ranging from homelessness to literacy, took part in the event. Together, they hope to improve on what Maine Association of Nonprofits Public Affairs Manager Mary Alice Scott calls cross-sector pollination conversations.
We at Maine Association of Nonprofits really like to encourage nonprofits to communicate across different subsectors so that there's an opportunity for those organizations to connect with each other and better move forward with their own work.
Kennebunkport Heritage Housing Trust Executive Director Larissa Crockett says the event helps reinforce the purpose of these organizations.
Being able to connect with other executive directors, other staff members at nonprofits, and really be reminded about why we do this work and the value that this work offers is really meaningful.
The Telling Room is a nonprofit organization that works to empower youth through writing and sharing their voices with the world. Its executive director, Christina Powell, says it's these conversations that can make a difference on a large scale.
At times we can feel sort of siloed and getting stuck in the minutia of things, and so to really know that we can have a big impact and thinking best, like, how do we lift our communities and our youth and engage people in the process, that's really exciting.
In Augusta, Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news this morning, Senator Angus King has joined as a co-sponsor of the Improving Access to Mental Health Act of 2023. It's a bipartisan bill that would boost access to mental health care services for older Americans. The bill, which was introduced in March, would increase the Medicare payment reimbursement rate for clinical social workers from 75% to 85% of the physician fee schedule to help them provide a full range of services to Medicare beneficiaries. The new payment structure would give incentives to licensed professionals while also ensuring social workers the ability to provide psychosocial support services to seniors and nursing home patients through in-person and telemedicine care.
A tiny home park planned in the city of Bangor is finally taking shape. Cement slabs have been poured, and walls are going up this week at the new housing development on Hammond Street. Our Jody Hersey has a sneak peek.
The housing shortage is real. You know, we've had over 200 applications for 34 homes.
Louis Morrison, a realtor and private investor from Herman, says he's seen the need for housing continue to grow over the last 14 years. So when Morrison and his business partner, Luke McCannell, discovered that this mobile home park was only 20% occupied, they thought it'd be a great location to create a tiny home park. Morrison says the goal is to build 34 individual 320 square foot homes on this 2.5-acre lot on Hammond Street in Bangor. The cement slabs have already been poured for a handful of homes.
Single family dwellings, it's just 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 open kitchen living room area, a parking driveway for 1 car. You could put 2 people in there. It's going to be a little tight. They're really designed for a single person living.
Both Morrison and McCannell worked with city officials to make this housing option a reality. Ann Krieg is the director of community and economic development for Bangor.
When you're sort of in a housing crisis of not having enough housing units, any type of housing, it should be offered to people.
Morrison is just as excited as potential buyers for the construction on these tiny homes to be completed.
We would hope by midsummer we're able to start putting some folks in some of these homes, but you can see behind me we still have a lot of work to go.
In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
New data shows more than 1,000 pesticide products you may be using contain PFAS, or the forever chemicals. Asia Reed spoke to a Scarborough farmer and an expert about the effect of these so-called forever chemicals.
What you're putting on your lawn, gardens, and vegetables could be very bad for you. Environmental Working Group researchers say a new study shows more than 1,400 pesticides contain active ingredients that meet Maine's definition for forever chemicals, or PFAS.
Here on the farm, we do soil tests from different parts around the property.
Catherine Samuelson with Gorison Farm says this news is concerning.
We check our water once a year as well.
Samuelson says all the testing they do is expensive. Not all farms can afford it, but she says it's worth investing in local resources.
We source our compost from a local source up in Augusta who runs a bunch of tests to make sure that their compost doesn't have PFAS in it.
Gorison Farm uses no chemicals, but they still worry about PFAS contamination.
If, say, your neighbor is using something that can then run off into your property.
Crop and conservation specialist for the Maine Organic Farmers and Gardeners Association agrees. Even if you don't use pesticides, they can still affect you.
It's always a potential that the actions of a neighboring landowner might impact you and your land.
Even the containers of these pesticides are dangerous.
I would be less concerned about the specific active ingredients and more concerned about leachate from the containers that they're in.
Environmental Working Group researchers say not to spray PFAS on food or inside. They build up in your blood and can cause health harms. Researchers say Maine is the first state to enact a comprehensive ban on pesticides that include PFAS. This goes into effect in 2030.
This is Asia Reed reporting.
And the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, details on a special collaboration that will protect an area of untouched land on Branch Lake in Ellsworth.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. More rain today, scattered showers on and off throughout the day with a high near 56 degrees. More scattered showers overnight right into tomorrow. The high tomorrow around 61.
This morning on GMA, it's Alicia Keys. And this week, Sarah Jessica Parker and Samuel L. Jackson, all live right here.
You gotta love it.
Plus, fantastic Father's Day deals and steals. This week on
Good Morning, America.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart, and Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family by a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
Taylor Events and Equipment Rental in Bangor for all your wedding and events. Tents, tables, chairs, and more. Also see us for your home project equipment rentals. Taylor Events and Equipment Rental, 1179 Hammond Street in Bangor.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
Fill your week with real.
Everyone is invited.
It's Sweethearts Week.
It's Teachers Week.
Fabulous Food Week. Hawaii Week. Teen Week.
Margaritaville.
Restock the margarita bar. It's going to be a big week for everybody.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
The City of Ellsworth has partnered with Frenchman Bay Conservancy to expand an area of protected land. A.J. Douglas spoke with stakeholders to learn why this particular parcel is so vital to the Ellsworth community.
Governor Mills recently announced recipients of the new Land for Maine's future conservation projects. Among the 9 accepted projects is Branch Lake expansion in Ellsworth, which will boost the existing protected land by an additional 300 acres. Aaron Daugherty, Executive Director of Frenchman Bay Conservancy, explains why protecting the land along the southern border of Branch Lake is so important.
So the more that we can protect land and prevent nutrient runoff into the water, the more that we can protect the water supply and ensure a healthy water supply for the city.
Aside from protecting the city's drinking water, community leaders say the preservation project will also design trail expansions and connections.
Public forest here in Ellsworth is an amazing spot. It's a really popular hiking destination. If you walk down the tow road here, you can get into a beautiful old hemlock forest right on the shores of Branch Lake.
Ellsworth City Planner Matthew Williams says that the city welcomes millions of visitors each year, and extending the existing trails could draw more people to the area.
They either stay here and visit Acadia, or if they move through to the island to visit. So all those people use services and businesses in Ellsworth that rely on that drinking water supply. So it's a huge impact
Williams says that there is more work to be done as the city is in the process of applying for federal funding through the Land and Water Conservation Fund to secure the parcel of land. In Ellsworth, A.J. Douglas for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Many Maine summer camps are experiencing staffing shortages, but even with the difficulty of finding staff, camp leaders are staying positive that they'll be able to achieve their goals for the campers. Dawn Willard Robinson, director of the Pine Tree Camp for children and adults with developmental or physical disabilities, says staffing has been an issue post-COVID, but the camp innovates to fill those vacancies.
We've been, really lucky, and we've been able to kind of, even through crazy madness with COVID and afterwards, make do with some online things and different options for our camp community to really kind of keep it connected.
Robinson says they also use day passes and online programs to help reach more campers with less staff. Pine Tree also provides specialized training for those looking to work with campers with disabilities, but a major issue is they just aren't getting the applications they used to.
Previously, when camps might get 300 applications for 30 or 40 new staff positions, now they might be getting only 100 or 50 applications for those 30 or 40 positions.
Peter Kaysen, co-director of Hidden Valley Camp in Freedom, says finding staff can be challenging, but those staff are always in it for the right reasons. Those interested in a summer camp job can visit mainecamps.org.
The Maine State Fire Marshal's Office welcomed a new arson investigative team to its unit. One of the team members was picked especially for his keen sense of smell. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
Every year, we see hundreds of lives being lost due to arson and billions of dollars being lost due to arson as well.
State Farm Representative Jennifer Young says they have been offering their arson dog program for the past 30 years. It is the premier training program in North America for accelerant detection canine teams. The program works in partnership with the Maine Forest Services and Fire Marshal's Office to help conduct investigations in arson cases, and recently welcomed their newest addition to the team, fire investigator Andrew Whitney and his canine Cheeto.
Human beings have about 5 to 6 million olfactory receptors. That's what we use to smell. Dogs have 225 to 300 million. So they can smell a lot that we can't smell.
Whitney and 2-year-old Cheeto went through 4 weeks of training together, and he says building that relationship is very important.
We're there with them 24/7 for almost a full month. So that creates a big bond, and it's important because there's a lot of subtleties in his behavior that I need to be able to see when we're working.
According to Kent Nelson with Maine Forest Services, they have seen a 30 to 40% increase in wildland fires in the last 4 to 5 years. He says these cases are difficult to solve, but the dogs provide a great service.
By using the Fire Marshal's Office's dogs, who can sniff accelerants, and the Maine Forest Service helicopter, we can work together and try to investigate these arsons that are occurring and try to get these people taken care of that are doing them.
Cheeto and his friends are about to prove just how brave they are as they climb aboard the helicopter. Part of their canine work requires quick response to emergent situations. Today's demonstration was Canine Cheeto's first airborne flight aboard the Maine State Forestry helicopter, which Nelson says is pivotal in this partnership.
That these dogs help us to determine the cause of the fire, and once we know what the cause is, it really helps us with our wildfire prevention efforts. So it's really a great relationship with the Fire Marshal's Office as well as the Maine Forest Service.
With this new addition, Cheeto is now the 3rd dog to join the Fire Marshal team. In Augusta, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the time now is 6:19. Coming up after the break, we're seeing the Canadian wildfires affect air quality all across the United States. We'll have the details.
Plus, more Republican candidates have joined the presidential race. We'll have those stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
the first ever Mazda CX-50, purpose-built for the outdoors. With our most advanced driving technology for responsive, consistent performance, on-road and off, that entices you to go further, more often.
Find your new Mazda today at Varney Mazda, 260 Hogan Road in Bangor, and discover what Varney value is all about.
It's summer and the savings are heating up at the Furniture Gallery. Sofas starting at $399, recliners starting at $299, queen mattresses also starting at $299. Ashley, Flexsteel, Nectar, Restonic, and Serta. If it's in stock, it's yours to take home today. So what are you waiting for? The Furniture Gallery summer savings sale is huge. Special financing is available. Support our main family-owned business and save money. Your best value is always at the Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Welcome back, everyone. A large swath of the United States faces air quality alerts this morning because of the smoke from the wildfires up in Canada. New York already seeing the worst air quality pollution of any city in the world, creating a health hazard for people as far south as the Carolinas. Some schools are even canceling recess. ABC's Andrea Fujii has more.
This morning, from bad to worse, tens of millions of Americans are on alert for unhealthy air. The New York Yankees game last night smelling like a campfire. New York at one point seeing the worst air quality of any city on earth. The smoky haze coming from wildfires in Canada is blotting skylines from Manhattan to Cleveland.
We're really seeing these exceptional levels that are traditionally seen in really populated cities.
More than 400 wildfires are burning across Canada, from the western provinces to Quebec, turning the sky bright orange. Smoke seeping across the border, prompting air quality advisories for at least 80 million Americans as far south as North Carolina. One expert saying if you're exposed to the current air quality in New York for 24 hours, it could be equivalent to smoking 6 cigarettes.
The immediate health risks are worsening of asthma and worsening of allergy symptoms. It can happen immediately in exposure to this type of air quality.
Vulnerable people are warned to stay inside. Scientists monitor unhealthy air from wildfire smoke by measuring a particle known as PM2.5, which is small enough to get past your airway defenses and cause breathing problems. A recent study at Stanford University found in the last decade there's been a 27-fold increase in the number of people living in areas with an unhealthy amount of PM2.5 at least one day per year.
Officials in Canada say half of the country's wildfires are burning out of control. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Was this a serious situation up there? They had some breakout in Quebec now, too, so they're really having a hard wildfire season up there. Hopefully more of this rain might move up that way, and we can get it out of our area.
I know. I guess I heard Trudeau had said that they're looking towards the most severe wildfire season they've had in a very long time.
And they've had several bad ones in recent years, too.
Right,
so
right.
They don't need it.
Admitting unpreparedness. It's scary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's bring the rain up north. Get it out of here.
Huh? Good point. The time now is 6:23.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage? A place to live? Camp on your lot? Buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Air quality is an issue out there this morning in some parts of the Northeast. For us, we're okay thanks to the area low pressure helping to steer that smoke away from us, and the rainfall helping us out as well, keeping us in the green. But areas to the south and west, not looking too good. Many areas seeing code orange, code red air quality, kind of like New York. Look at Philadelphia, code purple in some spots as well. That's very unhealthy air, so not a good situation for these areas right now. That's dealing with all that wildfire smoke moving in from Quebec, Canada. But again, for us here at home, we're looking pretty good with regards to the air quality at this point. So again, here's all this smoke. It will continue to rotate around this area low pressure. So by later on tonight, we'll continue to see this kind of rotating through. But notice though, pretty much going all the way around us as again, Quebec continues to deal with the fires there. The smoke's getting pulled down by New York and Philadelphia. area, while for us, though, just the rain and the smoke going around us for the time being. Alrighty, wave height's not too bad out there at around 1 to 4 feet overall, according to the buoys. Closer toward land, we're looking pretty good. No advisories in effect at all for the entire state. So again, we're looking pretty good. Just some showers that continue to move through this morning. Maybe some moderate downpours in a few spots as well. So we've had a few yellows showing up on the radar as well, but no lightning on the radar. So at least we're looking pretty good in that regard with this area low pressure here that continues to sit and spin. Here's a front right about in here. So again, this will be very slow to move. We'll have to wait until this weekend before it finally begins to get out of here. So future cast for today, a few scattered showers on the way for us. Notice but later on tonight, things start to back off just a bit, but then by tomorrow, a few more showers will be possible, especially further off towards the north. They'll be watching for a little bit more shower action later in the daytime period, though. And again, once we head towards the Thursday night and the parts of Friday, here we go again, kind of a repeat pattern with more showers yet again moving in. As for the rain, though, here's kind of the general idea with between another half an inch and maybe an inch of rain possible between now and the weekend before this finally starts to taper off. So still some decent rainfall on the way for us. So your forecast for today, scattered showers, highest in the mid-50s, and northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 40s on the way, a few scattered showers on the way, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, lower 60s, scattered showers and an east breeze at about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Plenty of rain on the way. We have scattered showers today, tomorrow, and Friday. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on Saturday. Finally drying out on Sunday as temperatures warm back up into the mid-70s.
Wow, with fuel prices quickly rising and no end in sight, isn't it time to give Black's Heat Pumps a call? Did you know heat pumps could save you up to 50% on your heating bill? Our experts can handle all your commercial and residential work and provide you with quality installation, repair, and maintenance. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Our number one priority is to save you money and keep you comfortable all year long. Get the service you deserve. Find us at blacksheatpumps.com and on Facebook.
I went to Angie and typed in pool,
water heater,
cleaners, garage,
interior painting, exterior painting.
For whatever project you need, there's an option. Oh, I have another project. Let me try this.
Get started at Angie.com today.
Planning to dig in your yard with power tools? Call DigSafe first. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. Utility crews will come out and mark where your gas, power, and cable lines are buried. Keep yourself and your neighborhood safe. It's the law.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Can I talk to a lawyer for free? Could a lawyer deal with the insurance company and all of the paperwork? Shouldn't I just trust the system to pay me what's fair?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the Twos and let's talk about your case.
I call the Twos, and Lowry and Associates got me $450,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
This morning, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has officially entered the presidential race, launching his campaign with a fierce attack on Donald Trump. But does Christie have what it takes to beat the former president? ABC's Lindsay Watts has the latest from Washington.
Chris Christie is coming out of the gate swinging.
The reason I'm going after Trump is twofold. One, he deserves it. And two, it's the way to win.
While other Republicans vying for the White House have mostly avoided mentioning the former president, Christie said Trump's name more than 40 times as he launched his campaign at a town hall in New Hampshire.
The person I am talking about, who is obsessed with the mirror, who never admits a mistake, who never admits a fault, and who always finds someone else and something else to blame for whatever goes wrong, but finds every reason to take credit for anything that goes right, is Donald Trump.
Trump responded on social media, saying Christie's speech was hard to watch and boring, calling him a failed governor. Christie is a former Trump advisor who also ran for president in 2016. Polling by 538 shows he hasn't exceeded more than 3% in a single primary poll this year.
I hear Chris Christie's coming in.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is also launching his campaign for president today in Iowa. He filed paperwork on Monday, making him the first VP in modern history to take on his former running mate.
The GOP primary will get even more crowded later today when North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum announces his campaign. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.
Well, now to that mass shooting causing chaos at a high school graduation in Virginia. Police overnight described the deadly violence as a targeted attack, with witnesses reporting dozens of gunshots in rapid succession. ABC's Andrew Dimbert with the latest on that.
This morning, a Virginia community in shock after a mass shooting brought chaos to a high school graduation. At least 7 people were shot outside a Richmond theater where graduates and their families were leaving the ceremony.
Probably at least like 30 shots total. I saw the ambulance pull away several people off of the ground.
Police say 2 people are dead. A family member telling ABC News they were father and son, 18-year-old Sean Jackson and his father, Renzo Smith, there to celebrate his son's graduation. Jackson's younger sister was hit by a fleeing car and is recovering. This image shows students in caps and gowns running from the scene.
They just continuously fired, and everyone started running for their lives.
A 19-year-old suspect is now in custody, expected to face second-degree murder charges. Police saying they believe this was a targeted attack.
We think the suspect knew at least one of the victims.
The superintendent, still in the robe he wore for the ceremony, emotional.
Tired of seeing people get shot, our kids get shot, and I beg of the entire community to stop.
A child should be able to go to their graduation and walk out their graduation and enjoy the accomplishment with their friends and their families. It's nothing sacred any longer.
5 other people were injured in the aftermath. Officials say multiple handguns were found at the scene. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Just getting ridiculous out there. We were just talking about how we almost becoming desensitized to it all.
We already are.
Another shooting, but
we already are.
Think about what happened. We had a number of wonderful graduations here in Maine where kids are graduating and heading off to their futures. And imagine something like that happening here, because it could happen here just as easily.
Right. I
don't know what the answer is.
Yep.
But
yeah. All right. Well, still to come here on the second half of our show. Ellsworth is putting on a big celebration for its annual Pride festivities.
Plus, Bangor may soon be getting a decorative street canopy similar to the likes of Puerto Rico and Portugal. We'll have the local stories and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Update your outdoor living space and make the most of your outdoor life with a new deck from Hammond Lumber Company. From wood to low-maintenance composite and PVC decking, Hammond has the materials, knowledge, and experience to help you get everything you need for that perfect new deck. Railing options include wood, composite, aluminum, and the modern look of cable railing. Your Hammond sales rep can answer any questions and will walk you through your options. Get the deck you want, the one you deserve, when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Maine is a one-of-a-kind beautiful state, and there's no better way to see it than from the air. Fletcher Mountain Aviation offers an aerial experience like no other, featuring seaplane flights where you will see the best views in Maine from the air and land on Maine's most beautiful lakes. An experience you will never forget, with views from the northern Maine woods, Moosehead Lake, and Katahdin regions. Come fly and see our beautiful state from the sky with Fletcher Mountain Aviation. Visit our website here or scan the QR code to book your flight today.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Jackson's Automotive, and Changing Seasons Federal Credit Union want to send you to see the Dave Matthews Band live in concert Friday, June 16th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and always offer a fair price. And Changing Seasons Federal Credit Union in Hamden. We are here for what tomorrow brings. Win tickets to see the Dave Matthews Band June 16th on the Bangor waterfront.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, June, what is the date? 7th. I left that little part.
June 7th.
I'm glad I remembered it. June 7th, 2023. It's also World Food Safety Day.
This day was established by the United Nations to raise awareness about the importance of food etiquette and safety at all stages of the food chain. Food poisoning causes an estimated 600 million illnesses annually, and that's why it's important to handle food with the utmost care before it reaches our plates. This holiday was created to raise awareness about the importance of protecting our food from contamination during the long chain of distribution. And I mean, as a kid, my mom always, beat it into me. You gotta wash your fruit before you eat. I know it's tempting. The grapes look great as is, but you always gotta wash your produce.
Yeah, be careful about that.
Yeah.
On this day in history, back in 1929, Vatican City signed a treaty that made it an independent state. At 0.17 square miles, it is considered the smallest country in the world. In 1942, the Battle of Midway took place in the Pacific. It's regarded as one of the most decisive U.S. victories against the Japanese during World War II, and actually a turning point in the war. And in 1982, Elvis Presley's Graceland home in Memphis was opened to the public for the first time and is now one of the top tourist attractions in the country.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd like to go there sometime.
I know.
Yeah.
A lot of cool reasons to go to Memphis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barbecue and music.
Sounds good to me.
Yep. All right. And in 2002, President George W. Bush announced the creation of the Department of Homeland Security to protect America from terrorist attacks. There's a lot of people out there right now that have only ever existed with that being in existence.
Right.
It's kind of crazy. Today's birthdays include rapper Iggy Azalea, who's 33, actor Liam Neeson is 71, comedian and actor Bill Hader is 45, and singer Tom Jones is 83.
I put Bill Hader in there for Keenan, our camera guy today. Yeah. He's a big Bill Hader fan.
Yes, so. Barry on HBO.
Barry on HBO. He, of course, on Saturday Night Live, and he's done some of the voices for the South Park characters too, right?
Yeah.
So he's really a funny guy.
I know.
So we don't have Iggy's picture on there. I saw her last year in concert in Bangor with my daughter and some friends. Oh my goodness.
She's not my favorite.
No,
I know it's her birthday, but she's not my favorite.
It's just so naughty,
That's a way to put
words
it. And you took your daughters.
Oh yeah, bring them there, and some of the things they're singing about. Oh my God, I was blushing, and I'm not. I'm not. You know me.
Yeah.
But
it's her birthday, and we're talking trash on her
birthday.
No,
I mean, good for her. That's what the genre is today. And
yes.
She's made it a big success out of it.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I feel old.
You're right. Yeah. Oh my goodness is the good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, moving on now. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain some more, and we feel like broken records.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage? A place to live. Camp on your lot. Buildings for your pets. Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Air quality is an issue out there for some areas this morning. Not in our neck of the woods. We're looking pretty good. All the observations are in the green, and they will stay there today for us. But further down to the south and west, different story. In many areas seeing some code orange air quality, some red air quality, and yes, even purple air quality, so very unhealthy air being reported in a few spots this morning, courtesy of all that wildfire smoke moving in from Quebec, Canada. But for us, so we're continuing to look good, at least at this point. But we do have rain that's moving through right now. That's helping us out a bit as well, giving us some precipitation. The way this area low pressure is setting up shop, it's causing that smoke to kind of rotate around the area low pressure here. So that's why we're not seeing much smoke in our neck of the woods. But the issue is we're just going to be dealing with this rain for a while, though. At least in the the weekend before it finally starts to taper off overall. So futurecast for today, we do have rain that's going to be moving through today. It backs off a little bit later on tonight. They're looking pretty good, especially as we get towards tomorrow morning with not too much rain, but still a few more showers that we'll need to keep an eye on. But the wind will be calm. That'll be the good news at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So the wind will be relaxing and really calming down later on tonight. And look at this, very relaxed as we head towards tomorrow. So our hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period. Plenty of rain moving through again. Temperatures in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Organizers from the Heart of Ellsworth are preparing for the Ellsworth Pride celebration. Organizer Rachel Eve calls this one of the biggest celebrations in the Ellsworth area, as hundreds come out to show support for and with the LGBTQ community. She says more than 30 Ellsworth businesses donated to the event. Eve reflected on the first Pride celebration she attended.
It was my first experience seeing intergenerational LGBTQ plus people together. I'm not from an area where queer folks can gather in large quantities without being protested, so it was so heartening to see folks who are older and younger come together for this one event.
The festivities will take place this Sunday from 11:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Knowlton Park in Ellsworth, maybe 11:30 a.m. That seems more accurate.
Probably makes sense.
Right.
Unless it's going all day, who knows?
Right,
but,
all night.
Yeah, all night long. So, yeah. By the way, we have a special interview coming up during our next hour on Fox 22. We'll be talking about the importance of using the proper pronouns as we continue to celebrate Pride Month here.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
Sounds good. All right, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports.
Don't go away.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
A family-owned business located in Glenburn.
inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
Pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces.
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
We look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come check us out.
Dave Matthews Band Live. Friday, June 16th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. On sale Friday at 10 a.m. at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Pre-order the new album, Walk Around the Moon, now.
Hey, Maine. How are you? Yes, you. How are you really? It's a question we rarely ask ourselves. But to Northern Light Health, how you are means a lot. So we're out here asking and encouraging you to ask the people in your life, starting with yourself. So ask away. Then connect with us at northernlighthealth.org/howareyou.
You know, I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day.
Good morning, America. Yep, bring your friends.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start out on the tennis courts. Wednesday is the state team finals down in Portland, and Foxcroft Academy is taking both their girls and their boys. They could walk away with the first 2 state titles in program history. Ryan Sudol has the story.
It's very surreal. I never expected even one chance and one opportunity at this.
But on Wednesday at the State Tennis Championships, Foxcroft Academy will have 2 chances to win. Their boys and girls teams are both B North champions.
I feel good. Our team got to the final, and especially we have boys and girls go to the final together.
All the sports at FA, I feel like tennis is the least popular, so going this far is really great for us.
The boys are a unique case in that all but one of the players debuted this year. Plus, all of them are international students.
They came talented, but I also think they had to come together here at Foxcroft Academy. And I think cohesiveness is the biggest part of this boys team that's helped them come together and produce where we're at right now.
And with a number of the players leaving after this year, it adds more motivation to get it done.
It might be the first and only year I got the final, and we try everything to get the final this year.
On the girls' side, just 2 players returned, and a bunch of them never played tennis before this year. But their connections in other sports has helped them form a cohesive unit.
We're all really close because we've played like every other sport together, so going in we all knew each other. We have a really good connection.
It's quite remarkable. They've just come together at the right time and are playing their best tennis now, so that's all I can say for them.
And if that streak of best tennis continues, who says the Ponies can't win a state championship? Or 2.
Something like very fun, happy for them and for the school. It's very special.
Amazing. It's surreal. Like, I couldn't even imagine, but hopefully.
In Dover Foxcroft, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Wishing them luck down there. Let's move on now. Later in the month, a star-studded list of celebrities and athletes will converge on Falmouth Country Club for the Drive 4 Kids Celebrity Tournament, and a big name was introduced on Tuesday morning. The field now includes Boston Bruins goalie and former University of Maine star Jeremy Swayman, who got to play a quick 9 at Falmouth Tuesday, just a few weeks ahead of the real thing. Swayman is an avid golfer and enjoyed a spectacular season between the pipes in Boston. Jeremy will join former Bruins goalie Tuukka Rask in the tournament. He is looking forward to teeing it up and having some fun, all for a great cause.
Well, I was super excited to get the call and seeing just the first-class organization, people putting it together, Brian reaching out. Couldn't have been more excited to be back up. Supporting such an incredible cause, and just being back in the community of Maine, knowing how much it means to me, getting to spend time up in Orono. I feel like the entire state is home to me.
Swayman and the Bruins enjoyed a historical regular season, the best in NHL history to be exact, but fell short of their goal, falling in the first round to the Panthers. Talking to Swayman, he said the Bees coming back with a vengeance next fall.
It's, the goal wasn't achieved, and that's something that's going to stick with me, and I'm sure a lot of my teammates moving forward. Knowing that and the experience that we gained this year, it's an exciting time because we're going to be coming back, twice as strong, and we understand that the core guys we have here are going to be here for a while.
Coming back twice as strong, I'm going to hold him to it. Let's go to some playoff baseball now. Preliminary action beginning this week around the state before the quarterfinals on Wednesday and Thursday. Mount View Mustangs, the 11 seed, they are trying to get past the 6th-ranked Orono Red Riots. Bottom of the first, Saladin Wise on first, gets a great jump on this pitch, and the leadoff hitter is in scoring position. Nice stolen base there. Next batter, Caden Gray, trying to bring him in, but Noah Hurd gets him looking. Great outing on the day from Hurd. We'll have more later on him. Next batter, Ellis Spalding, and he lifts one into left field. Wise with another great jump. Once he realizes this is going to land, he scores on the play. Riots up 1-0, but Hurd would end the jam. He gets Jack Brewer looking on the inside fastball there. 11 Ks for him on the mound today, and Spalding went toe-to-toe with him. Gets out of the second inning here by striking out Bernie Dodge. He Ks 12 Mustangs on the day. Orono wins 1-0. They play Bucksport in the quarters. And for some other scores around our area, George Stevens over Panquist in the softball prelim, that's Class C. Holton over Sumner in the Class C softball prelim as well. In the baseball prelim, Stearns over Lee Academy in Class D, and then Mount Ararat over Brewer in boys lacrosse. That is all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
Has paying your mortgage been a struggle since COVID-19? The Maine Homeowner Assistance Fund could help. You may be eligible for up to $50,000 in aid. Apply today at mainehomeownerhelp.org.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
I got hurt in a car accident and I've got some questions. Could I be entitled to money for pain and suffering? Can a lawyer start working on my case with no upfront cost? Shouldn't I just trust the insurance company to pay me what's fair?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the Twos and let's talk about your case.
I called the Twos, and Lowry and Associates got me $260,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Behind on home expenses due to COVID-19? You're not alone. Help is available for mortgage, utilities, or property taxes through the Maine Homeowner Assistance Fund. See if you qualify at mainehomeownerhelp.org.
Welcome back, everyone. Imagine walking down the street and seeing people's faces covered up by high-tech goggles.
By next year, it could be your new normal thanks to Apple's new headset, which combines virtual and augmented reality into one device.
Fox News correspondent Jackie Ibanez takes a closer look at all the action.
You may not look at the world around you the same way again, with Apple unveiling its new Vision Pro headset.
I believe that augmented reality is a profound technology. Blending digital content with the real world can unlock experiences like nothing we've ever seen.
The goggles let users straddle the line between the real and digital world. Augmented reality lets consumers interact with their favorite apps and view pictures and video, all while still being able to engage with real people and objects around them.
It allows you to then take a device like Vision Pro to other environments, but not just your own.
Meanwhile, virtual reality transports people deeper into video games, movies, and more.
Immerse yourself in games on a giant screen surrounded by spatial audio. And connect with people as if you're sharing the same space.
The headset is controlled through the user's hand and eye movements and voice commands. It features 12 cameras, 6 microphones, and an army of sensors. And while it will cost you just under $3,500, technology experts say,
if you start to think about it as it's going to be your television, it's going to be your monitor, it's going to be your computer, this is a standalone device with its own compute power. So I think if you look at the return on investment that way, it's becoming easier to justify.
The Apple Vision Pro is expected to go on sale early next year. Unlike other headsets on the market, Apple says theirs won't cause nausea and headaches after prolonged use.
That's a bonus. It won't make you sick,
right.
You know, so give me your money. It won't make you sick.
It's over $3,000.
Yeah.
So,
my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage? A place to live? Camp on your lot? Buildings for your pets? Check them out at winterportsheds.com. Air quality is an issue out there this morning in some parts of the Northeast. For us, we're okay thanks to the area low pressure helping to steer that smoke away from us, and the rainfall helping us out as well, keeping us in the green. But areas to the south and west, not looking too good. Many areas seeing code orange, code red air quality, kind of like New York. Look at Philadelphia, code purple in some spots as well. That's very unhealthy air, so not a good situation for these areas right now. That's dealing with all that wildfire smoke moving in from Quebec, Canada. But again, for us here at home, we're looking pretty good with regards to the air quality at this point. So again, here's all this smoke. It will continue to rotate around this area at low pressure. So by later on tonight, we'll continue to see this kind of rotating through. But notice though, pretty much going all the way around us as again, Quebec continues to deal with the fires there. The smoke's getting pulled down by New York and Philadelphia, while for us, though, just the rain and the smoke going around us for the time being. Alrighty, wave heights not too bad out there at around 1 to 4 feet overall, according to the buoys. Closer toward land, we're looking pretty good. No advisories in effect at all for the entire state. So again, we're looking pretty good. Just some showers that continue to move through this morning. Maybe some moderate downpours in a few spots as well. So we've had a few yellows showing up on the radar as well, but no lightning on the radar. So at least we're looking pretty good in that regard with this area low pressure here that continues to sit and spin. Here's a front right about in here. So again, this will be very slow to move. We'll have to wait until this weekend before it finally begins to get out of here. So futurecast for today, a few scattered showers on the way for us. Notice but later on tonight, things start to back off just a bit, but then by tomorrow, a few more showers will be possible, especially further off towards the north. They'll be watching for a little bit more shower action later in the daytime period, though. And again, once we head towards the Thursday night and the parts of Friday, here we go again, kind of a repeat pattern with more showers yet again moving in. As for the the rain, though, here's kind of the general idea with between another half an inch and maybe an inch of rain possible between now and the weekend before this finally starts to taper off. So still some decent rainfall on the way for us. So your forecast for today, scattered showers, highs in the mid-50s, and northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, upper 40s on the way, a few scattered showers on the way, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. And for tomorrow, lower 60s, scattered showers and an east breeze at about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Plenty of rain on the way. We have scattered showers today, tomorrow, and Friday. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible on Saturday. Finally drying out on Sunday as temperatures warm back up into the mid-70s.
Oh, that feels so good. What a sweetheart. I'm so lucky.
These socks are so soft. And her feet don't smell? These would be perfect for hunting season.
Moisture wicking, odor resistant, hypoallergenic, softer than cashmere, and warmer than wool. Get your alpaca socks and more at the Blue Alpaca. Feel the difference.
Hey babe, can I borrow these socks?
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
What can your John Deere compact tractor do? Attachments for any job. Financing that's as easy as...
like getting a library card.
Affordable.
You're going to get this bigger tractor, and it's going to be less money.
Dependable.
Through the rain, through the snow, I'll work through it all.
Comfortable.
And I haven't any idea how we survive without it.
Experience United. And build a tractor package customized for you.
When Dover Audiology wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to Dover Audiology and find out where people from Kittery to Eastport go to get their hearing aids. Knowledgeable, friendly, and reasonable. Dover Audiology is your best place for hearing solutions.
This is everything I ever dreamed of.
The summer of '69 was the best summer ever.
Be cool.
You were the best Peter Pan ever, baby.
Those 2 hours and 23 minutes really flew by.
The Wonder Years returns Wednesday, June 14th on ABC.
A new art installation could be coming to downtown Bangor. A canopy of multicolored umbrellas, known as the Umbrella Project, could soon hang over Cross Street in Bangor.
The Downtown Bangor Partnership began exploring this type of art display, created by a Portuguese company 3 years ago. The goal is to bring color as well as foot traffic to a part of the downtown area, which frequently gets overlooked.
And so this, is another addition to making the downtown really vibrant and exciting.
Very cool.
Pretty neat. Look forward to seeing that if it comes about. Yeah, I think they're trying to get more people to head up by Columbia Street. There's some neat restaurants there. And
yep.
The 2 Feet Pub is up there, too.
Yeah, I love 2 Feet.
Pretty good. One of our old employees runs that now.
Yeah,
so
it's very good.
Head up to Columbia Street.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, Good Morning America is next on ABC7. If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com.
We hope you have a wonderful day.